Okay, guys, here we are, hole 5. Master Division. If you did not check out my other guide, you may want to check out that one as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that same shot or not. I do think that this is a good way to play, aiming over this direction. One of the things that you'll see that I'll do is I'll try to play kind of wind effect. So you'll see that I'm kind of aiming over to the left here. And then I'm just going to let the ball guide kind of take it back over here. Now I'm thinking, I'll typically go at least 10 rings. With this angled wind, I may go pretty full here. And what I typically may do is I may do some curl. However, for this case, I don't think I'm going to need it just because the wind angle is so nice that's just going to kind of drift my ball to the right naturally. So I won't need to curl this. Otherwise, typically you will want to do just a little bit of curl to angle it over there. However, I'm just going to let the wind effect do it for me. You'll also see that I try to favor the left side a little bit. Much better to be over to the left edge as opposed to getting that too far to the right. The more that you get it to the right, the longer the hole is going to play. So no real reason to be up there. Now, I do like that shot that I played on the last attempt. You can see with my technique, I do recommend checking that video out. I'm going to probably just play it a little bit safer this time. Yeah, it's probably the safer shot, especially if you have B52. Plenty of accuracy on B52. And I'm just going to play this safely into the green, just so you have kind of a mixed batch. I do recommend the other way that I played it, which I set up right there with the sniper. It's much tougher to get this online and actually holeable. So not something that I typically like to do. And again, also with wind effect, you'll see, this is about, 2.5 on the top spin. I'm thinking, somewhere pretty close to 1-ish per ring in this situation. So 10.4-ish rings. As you can see, I'm kind of at mid-club, and that's typically my mid-club number. So it looks like, and this is exactly what I'm mentioning as to why not to do this shot. I just tried to get just a little too cute with it. You can see I did try to play the wind effect, but it just wasn't enough. So you can see that the ball ends up getting blocked over. Now, you don't need to go Guardian here. So I would actually recommend refraining from Guardian. Biggest reason being, there's really no extra advantage to having that extra backspin. It's just going to, what it's going to end up doing is creating too much of a stop shot where there's no momentum. So the ball has nowhere to run. So, and you can also see here, opponent is actually kind of a lot more towards max club. So this just goes to show you, if your drive is a little bit less aggressive, it's not necessarily a good thing. Now you can see with where I wound up, I do check out my other guide. As I mentioned, that's the shot that I would do. I wanted to play something just a little bit safer, but also try to still play it semi-aggressive, just to at least show you the possibilities. And I just didn't quite factor in enough of that wind effect. But what you'll see from time to time here, when you get into this spot here, I can potentially great ball this in. I'll just have to avoid that fringe. So you can see with the way the ball guide changed on the fringe. So I want to make sure that I stay off of that. But other than that, from time to time, you'll be able to get a great ball to go in. So but it looks like the great ball hit the fringe. So you can see that the ball guide changed completely. Didn't go anywhere towards the hole. So you do want to stay away from that fringe and make sure that you keep it on the green. You can see that ball guide completely changed. Did nothing that it showed on my screen. So, just something to be thinking about and keep it in mind. But again, hopefully you're never there to begin with. Especially after you see my shot, a failed attempt often leads you to being able to say, okay, well, I remember Zach's ball guide was like this, or, in my mind, what I'm trying to do is, oh, my ball guide was like this the first time through, so I need to just create just a little bit more. And if that wind's 12, I need to go even more, because you can see my wind was only a 10. So if it had been a 12, I even have to accentuate that even more. So keep those tips in mind. Good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next one.